Good morning, friends, and welcome to this webinar on cloud computing. Actually, we have already conducted one webinar yesterday, that is on Saturday, and many people joined yesterday, and today is our second webinar. So both are different webinars. So whatever I have discussed yesterday, I just need to repeat each and everything today. Just need to explain you about something about cloud computing and all those things. And from tomorrow, actually, that is Monday at 8 a.m., we are starting our class. We are starting our new batch. Okay. So today is a webinar, and in this webinar, we will see some basic things about cloud computing. Okay. Now, before we go and see what is cloud and whatever things are related to cloud, let me just introduce myself here. I'm Shakeel here. I have 14 plus years of experience in IT. In IT, it is in administration. Okay. I started my career as a Windows Server administrator. Okay. Then I moved into network, or I can say parallelly, I did the network administration with network. Or in network, I did CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE actually. Okay. And coming to this server administration, with Windows, we know we have one more server administration, that is your Linux server administration. So I have concepts of Linux also. Okay. Then I did security, that is a concept related with firewall and all the other things. Then virtualization. Okay. And as of now, for last 4 or 5 years, I am on cloud computing. Okay. So this is my overall experience. Okay. In last 13-14 years, I started as a Windows administrator, and as of now, I'm on cloud computing. In cloud computing, especially, I am on AWS actually. Okay. Now, see, let us try to keep this session more organized actually. See, it's a live session, and the session is, recorded, or recording is started actually. So once the recording is completed, the recording will be shared with you. Okay. So the advantage you can take of a live session is whatever questions, whatever doubts you have regarding AWS, or whatever things that are related with AWS or related with cloud computing, you have the option of clearing each and every doubt. See, there is a chat box there. I hope you can see the chat box here. Whenever there is a question, whenever there is a doubt, just send me a question in the chat box. It will be easy for me to address each and every question. Okay. Or at the end of the webinar, if you want to talk to me directly, you can simply unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. This is not for today. This is for every day actually. From today till the end of our course, the chat box will be open. And if you want to talk to me directly at the end of the session, you can simply unmute and you can talk to me directly. Okay. So this is the best way of, conducting some webinar or conducting some class. The student should interact with the trainer, and the trainer should interact with the student. It should be an interactive session. This is not a recorded session, right? This is a live session. So there is the best advantage you can take of a live session. You have the opportunity to clear each and every doubt. Okay. Now let us set the agenda for today. Let us see what we are going to discuss here. First, we'll start with what is cloud computing. This is the first major question that we will see. And then we can see what are the pre-requirements to learn cloud computing. Okay. And then we will see what about jobs, what about packages, jobs, what about demand of cloud computing and all those things. Done. So let us see what is cloud computing now. See here, friends, I'm not sure if you're from which background. Maybe you're from IT background or non-IT background. Maybe someone is a BCom graduate here, or maybe someone has done MBA in HR, okay, or MBA in finance, or someone is having some, background with any XYZ background. Cloud computing is a concept that any person can understand and any person can learn. I'm just, covering the second point here first. There are no pre-requirements for cloud computing. Any person with no background of IT can learn cloud computing from the basics up to the advanced level. This is one of the best part of cloud computing actually. It is open for all. Okay, if you already have knowledge of servers or some networks, then it is added advantage. But if you're not having anything, if you're just a fresher, you just finish your college, okay? Or if you're working in some other, stream, maybe like suppose you're working as a programmer, maybe you're a salesperson, or maybe you're an accounts person, or maybe you're in marketing, still cloud computing is completely open for you. Okay, so no need to worry. There are no pre-requirements, and whatever pre-requirements we need, whatever knowledge we need, all the things I will cover you before we start any major topic. This syllabus is designed in such a way that, whenever we start any topic, I need to start from very basic and I need to go up to the advanced level. Okay, actually, in cloud computing, the concepts of Windows Server, concepts of network, Linux servers, security, and virtualization, all these concepts will come in cloud computing. Cloud computing is not completely new concept, my friend. Cloud computing is a concept that is coming from our previous computer networks, previous technologies that are there in computer networks. So Windows servers are there for many decades. The codes like CCNA is there for many decades. Linux servers are there for many decades. Security, the firewall, it is there for many decades. 1980s, 1990s, we have all these concepts. Virtualization is also there for many decades now. So all these things are there for many, many years or many decades. So cloud computing is something which is having all these concepts. Okay, so whenever we start a topic, let us say we are learning about security in cloud computing. It will take at least 3 classes for me to go through all the security concepts. So whenever we start the security concept in cloud computing, I need to first go through the previous securities, like how the firewall was designed or how the firewall is working and all those things. Okay, we need to create some servers. We need to create servers with Linux operating system, and we need to create servers with Windows operating system. So I need to take you through Linux OS as well as Windows OS. Maybe you have zero knowledge of Linux OS or Windows OS, but the course is designed in such a way with zero knowledge also you can understand the server concept of Linux operating system as well as Windows operating system. So one thing is very clear here. Pre-requirements, there are very few pre-requirements we should have to learn cloud computing, and whatever pre-requirements are there, I'll be covering all the pre-requirements here. Okay, now let us address the big question. What is cloud computing? See, we are using internet for many years, right? Internet is there for last 33, 34, or around 35 years actually. Before 35 years, there was no internet, but there was a computer network. Okay, what is the difference between a computer network and an internet network? Computer network is within the component, that is a private network. Over the internet, it is a public network. Okay, so at least in our personal life, we are using internet from last many years, right? I remember I started using internet in the year 2004. That is 19 years before. There was a time in India, we used to have the internet cafes. We used to go there. We used to pay around 10 rupees per 1 hour. And we used to use internet. That was the time. There was no Facebook then. There was no Twitter. There was no Instagram. Okay, we used to have Google. Yahoo was very famous. And there was no Facebook also actually. So we used to do some other things on internet. We used to just send emails and we used to watch some, some YouTube channels and all those things. Okay, so the time you started using internet, actually you started connecting to cloud computing. Without having any knowledge of cloud computing or without knowing anything about cloud computing, the first day when you started using internet, you actually started using cloud computing. So if I talk about my experience, like I said, in the year 2004, I started using internet. So in the year 2004, I started using cloud computing, or I started connecting to cloud computing, but I don't have any knowledge. I don't even know the terminology as cloud computing. I came to know about cloud computing in the year 2012, actually, around 2012. Okay, so what exactly is this cloud computing? See, my friend, what we do over the internet, we go to internet and we connect to some application. Like it can be a web application, or it can be email application, it can be a file application. Okay, it can be some database application. We just connect to some application there. Like by using your mobile phone, what you do, By using your mobile phone, suppose you're using Phone Pay app or Google Pay app to pay some money or to transfer some money, there is the application. Okay, you may use WhatsApp or Telegram for sending messages. Okay, or maybe you're using let's say Twitter or Instagram as a social media account, or maybe Facebook. Okay, or maybe you're using some applications like, let us say, quicker.com or indeedjobs.com to post or to apply for some jobs. There is a go to training or go to meeting application. See, there are multiple applications we have. There are multiple applications we have in our mobile phone. So whenever we use internet, we connect to some application. You know, Netflix, Hotstar, there is again application. You know, Ola or Uber, there is again application. So there are many applications. There are different applications designed for different purpose. Now the big question is, where exactly these applications are running? Application is it? By using our mobile phone or laptop or desktop, we are connecting to the application. We are connecting to some server. But where exactly that application is running? See, my friend, applications will run on server operating system. Okay, like in our mobile phone, there is an operating system. Like Android is the OS, or maybe if you're using any Apple mobile phone, then it is, you know, iOS. There is an operating system. In our computers and laptops, we have Windows 8 and Windows 10 and Windows 11. These are known as client operating system. But there is an operating system called server operating system, and Microsoft Windows and Linux. These are the two major companies that will offer you the server operating system. I can say 95 to 98% cases across the globe, all the applications, whatever applications, gaming application, banking application, email application, web browsing application, chatting application, any application, it is running either on Windows Server operating system or Linux operating system. So it's a very simple concept we know for many years, right? Without operating system, we cannot run any application. Like, what are the applications we are using in our computer? You know, there is a Google Chrome, there is application. Can we use Google Chrome without, let's say, Windows 10 or Windows 8 operating system, or even Windows 11 operating system? That's not possible, right? There is a Zoom application. There is something called Cisco Packet Tracer. There is MS Word here. So all these are applications. So what is the basic thing we need to have to run an application? We need an operating system. Okay. So over the server applications, we need a server operating system. Server operating system is a specially designed software that is, you know, a bit different than your client operating system. And the work of the server operating system is we can run our applications here. We can run our application. Linux server operating system is a bit different, and Windows server operating system, operating wise, they are a bit different. But overall, what is the work? Overall, the work of a server operating system is to host a application or to run a application. Okay. For example, you're working in a company, or let's say you're starting your business. So if you want to start your business, you need a website for your business. So where you can run a website, what is website? Website is the application. So where you can run that application, you can run an application on either Windows Server OS or Linux Server OS. And now, this Windows Server operating system or Linux operating system is running on a server hardware. Like, you know, our laptop and a desktop is our hardware machine, right? In the same way, there is a machine, there is a special machine design actually, and that machine is called server machine. And the server machine responsibility is to run a server operating system, and the server operating system responsibility is to run some application. This is the whole story, my friend. Okay, I'll come again. Applications, any sort of applications, they will be running on server operating system, and this server operating system is running on server hardware, like your desktop hardware or like your laptop. What we have in laptop, CPU, there is your processor. We call it as i3 processor, i5 processor, i7 processor. There is RAM, 8 GB, 16 GB, 24 GB, whatever. There is hard disk, like 1 TB, 2 TB, whatever. So whatever components we have in our laptop and desktop, same sort of components will be there in server hardware. But the difference here is Server hardware is much more faster, and server hardware has more hardware capabilities compared to laptop and desktop. See, this is the best example. There are two motherboards here. Left side on your screen, the motherboard is of desktop actually, and right side of your screen, the motherboard is of server. Can you see processors there, friends? CPU. How many processors you can see on desktop processor, a desktop motherboard? Only one. And coming to the server motherboard, there are totally 4 processors. What is a processor? Processor is the most important part of any machine, right? Processor is the brain of the machine. If the processor is fast, the machine performance is fast. So server is a machine where we have these similar components like our laptop or desktop, but the components are much more faster and the components can be in more capacity. But why do we need a server with 4 processors? See, my friend, when you take a computer, how many people are connected to computer? Let's say you're using a laptop to attend this session. You're the only one person who will log in, right? You're the only one person who will be using that particular laptop. Is it possible like 20 people can connect to the laptop at the same time? Answer is no. But coming to server, how many people can be connected to server at the same time? For example, if I take the example of Google, the time is 10:30 a.m. now, approximately 10:30 a.m. How many people are connected to Google server from a city like Hyderabad? It will be some lakhs of people connected to Google as of now, right? What is the first thing we do normally once we go to internet? In majority of cases, we go to google.com. That means once I say google.com, from my machine, a connection is established to the Google server. It's quite a obvious thing we know, right? Let's say flipkart.com or youtube.com. How many people are connected to these servers or these applications? Lakhs of people are connected as of now from a city like Hyderabad. If you go with complete India, see, the number will simply increase, right? Now, we need a server with more hardware capabilities because many people are connected to the server. So the server should have more hardware capabilities. Server performance should be better. Server hardware should be better. Server speed should be better. There should be more storage in a server. Then only server can make connection with all the hundreds and thousands and lakhs of people. Got it, friends? On this basis only, on this particular concept only, we can understand the concept of cloud computing now. Let me just do small revision here. And remember, I told you the chat box is always open. Whenever there is a doubt, just send me a question in the chat box. It will be easy for me to come to your question. Okay. So let us start from beginning, small revision. I said every application that is running over the internet or within the company, these applications are running on server operating system. It can be Windows server or it can be Linux server. We will see both the servers in coming classes. Okay. Now this server operating system is running on a server hardware. Server hardware has CPU, RAM, hard disk, and some more resources. This is the way a server is designed. Now, let us make things more interesting now. I'll just make small presentation here of server. So what is the first layer here? The first layer is hardware. So like I said, your laptop hardware and server hardware components names will be same. We cannot take the processor of laptop and we cannot keep in the server machine. That's not possible. Processor will be there, but the speed and the capacity and the size will be different. Then we have OS. Let me write it as server OS. And we know Windows and Linux are the two major server OS available there. Okay. And we have our application running here. Any sort of application, my friend. It can be banking application. It can be gaming application. Okay. It can be movie streaming application. Okay. Or it can be some food ordering application like Zomato or Swiggy. It can be cab booking application like like Ola or Uber. It can be any application. Okay. So this story begins here now. See, To run a application, we need a OS, and to run the OS, we need a hardware. And you need a hardware, you need a stronger hardware. Stronger hardware in the sense you need a hardware with more capacity, more speed, and better performance. Okay, like for example, if you have a laptop with you, how much money you spend for your laptop? Let's say your laptop is i7 processor, 16 GB RAM, and let's say 2 TB hard disk. If you take a laptop with this configuration, this is considered as a good configuration. But you know, my friend, how much money you need to spend for this? Approximately $1,000, isn't it? 80,000 rupees is the amount we need to spend to get a good configuration laptop. Okay. Now, coming to the server hardware, let us see. We have a server where there are totally, let's say, 4 CPUs, 4 physical CPUs. Okay, let's say RAM is 128 GB. Okay, let's say NIC card, network interface card, where we connect our connection. There are, let's say, 4 NIC cards, and storage, that is our hard disk. Let's say it is 100 GB. This is one server configuration, and by the way, this is not a very high configuration server. Okay, this is medium level server. But you know, friends, how much money we need to spend for this particular server? If you want to take a server with the above configuration, that means you need to spend approximately, let's say, $6,000. $6,000 will be around 5 lakh Indian rupees, my friend. How much? 5 lakh Indian rupees. So to run a application, to run one application, you need to purchase a server hardware that will cost you around $6,000. That is 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 7 lakhs Indian rupees. It can be $6,000 or it can be $20,000 also. It depends on the configuration that you take. The configuration that I took here is a medium level configuration. Okay. Now the question here is from where we can take a server. So if you want to take a server, you can take a server from the company that you're using for your laptop. Means, suppose you have a Dell laptop. Dell is providing laptops as well as servers. IBM servers, IBM laptops. HP servers, HP laptops. Lenovo servers, Lenovo laptops. The same company people are providing you the servers. So we should go to any Dell showroom or Dell service center somewhere, and we should buy a physical server from there. Now, let us add some more things here now. Suppose imagine we brought a server by spending $6,000 and by spending around 5 lakh rupees. But this is not the end of the story, my friend. This is only for one server. I can say with 100% guarantee, there is no company on the face of the earth where a company is running only on one physical server. That is literally not possible, my friend. You need many servers because we have many applications, and every application has at least one backup or maybe at least 2, 3, 5, 10 backups. Do you think Google server is working only on one physical server? No, my friend. Google server is working on some hundreds of servers or even thousands of servers actually. Google is a big thing, right? YouTube server, maybe it is working on thousands of different servers. So if you go to the smallest company also, you may need 30, 40 or around 50 servers. So let us say you need around 100 servers to run your business, to run your application. How many servers you need? You need totally 100 servers. So 100 servers means how much, my friend? It will be $600,000, isn't it? $600,000 in Indian rupees will be around 5 CR, 5 crore rupees. See, this is the issue, my friend. To bring 100 physical servers in your network, what you have to do, you have to spend around 5 crore Indian rupees. That is obviously a big amount, right? Any company spending 5 crore rupees only to bring 100 physical servers is quite a big amount. But again, this is not the end of the story. Suppose, imagine you brought 100 servers, but that is not enough. What you have to do now, to make a computer network with servers, we need some more devices. Let's say first we need server, then we need server OS, then we need some storage machine, firewall, some routers, some switch, etc. So to make a computer network, my friend, with server is one of the machine. But besides server, what else we need to take? We need to take server operating system, storage machines, firewalls, routers, switches, and we need to add more devices there. Now, for server operating system, again, we need to spend money. Storage, we need to spend huge money. Firewalls and routers and switches, company needs to spend more money. So whatever device you are adding in a computer network, obviously we need to pay and we need to buy that particular device. So instead of 5 crore, the amount will go to, let us say, 8 crore Indian rupees now. 8 crore, 10 crore rupees is a huge amount for any company to invest on day one. See, the business has not yet started. The application is not yet working. Before the application starts working, we need to spend this much money. We need to spend this much amount. That is a very big amount, my friend. So this is a problem companies are facing for last many decades. To run a computer network, it is not easy. We need to invest loads and loads of money. Okay. After investing all the money, your computer network will look something like this. I'll show you one data center, a data center which is there in some XYZ company. See, first of all, these servers will look like this. This is your physical server. So this is a server from Dell company. You may see it is looking like your desktop machine, but actually this is a server machine. See, this is also one server machine. Okay. Now, the data center will be something like this. Once you connect all your servers, routers, storage, and all these devices, that particular place is called data center. And in this data center, we have something called racks. This is one rack. Rack is something like a frame where we connect all the devices. So say there are many devices here. Let's say there are totally 20 devices connected here. And there are totally how many racks here? 5 racks. 20 multiplied by 5. There are 100 devices connected. So only for 100 servers, you need to take a very big space, a large space where we can connect all these 100 servers. But again, besides servers, what we need to have? Routers, switches, firewalls, storage. All the devices will be again connected inside these racks. So first of all, we need to spend money on taking this particular place. We need to spend money on the power supply. We need to spend money on the cooling system. We need to spend money on racks. We need to spend money on the devices, and the installation should be done. The configuration should be done. Then maybe after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe after like 1 month, your application is working now. So this is a very painful job. This is a very, difficult job for any company. Starting from scratch and up to the application level, it is a very difficult job. But again, my friend, this is the way everything is working for last many decades. From 1980s, this is the way the computer networks are working. Now, to solve this particular issue, we have the concept of cloud computing. See, it's a very beautiful concept. Listen carefully, please. So, to run any application, you need to build this particular data center, right? And it is data center is a very, like I said, a painful job. It is obviously painful. Painful in the sense, you need to have multiple teams. Every team is working on a particular device. Every team is working on a particular concepts. Then we need to combine everything. Then the data center is ready. So it's a very difficult job. But my friend, instead of spending this much time, days and days or weeks and weeks, what we can do, we can simply go to some cloud provider. Cloud provider. Let us see who are these cloud providers. The most famous cloud providers are Amazon, Microsoft, Google. These are the 3 most famous cloud providers. Can you tell me any company, or do you know any company which is bigger than Amazon, Microsoft, or Google, or which is more famous than Amazon, Microsoft, or Google? I don't think there will be an answer for this question, right? There is no company. Okay. But beside these companies, I may add companies like, say, IBM, again, a gigantic company, HP, Alibaba, Cisco, DigitalOcean, Apple. Name any bigger company, name any MNC, that particular MNC is providing cloud computing to us. But again, what are the three most famous companies? Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. And out of these three, actually, Amazon is the most famous. Amazon is at number 1 place. So what is this cloud computing? What is this cloud provider, and what exactly these companies are doing? You know what these companies are offering us? These companies are saying, listen, you want to run your application, right? You want to run your application. And to run your application, you need a server operating system. You need a server hardware. And with this, you need all the other devices to build a data center. Yes, this is open fact. Now, this is a way the computer networks are working. But you know what Amazon, Microsoft, and Google and all the other cloud providers are saying here? They are saying, listen, no need to worry about server. No need to worry about server operating system. No need to worry about storage, firewall, router, switch. Just forget about all these devices. But my question here is, if there is no server machine, there is no server OS, if there is no server operating system, how I can run my application? That is my very simple question. So what these people are saying now, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, all these cloud providers, they are saying, we will provide you all this infrastructure. Now interesting, man. See carefully. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Alibaba, all these are cloud providers, and they are saying, we will provide you this complete infrastructure. You just come to us, use our infrastructure, and run your application. This is what cloud is all about. What is the meaning of cloud actually? See, once you see the sky, you can see some clouds there, right? Cloud means which is very far from us. That is actually the concept of cloud, right? So here cloud computing means the data center which we were having in our company. This is within our company, on-premise data center. So instead of maintaining a data center at our location, what we do here, we just connect to Amazon data center. See, my friend, this is your Amazon data center. Now, what you see here, friends, these are the data centers that are located in Amazon. See the size of the data center. And what you see, all these black boxes, these are your racks. In the on-premise data center here, how many racks are there totally? 5 racks. And 5 racks contains how many devices? Approximately 100. But if you go to the Amazon data center, first of all, the number of devices will be, number of racks will be in thousands. Number of devices will be in lakhs. So what this Amazon, Microsoft, Google, these people are doing, they are saying, we have a data center. Amazon is saying, we have a data center. We have a data center in multiple locations across the globe. If you talk about our country, India, there are 2 places where Amazon people have the data center. One is in Mumbai and one is in Hyderabad. So Amazon people are saying, we have data centers in multiple locations. You do one thing, you just connect to our data center by using a web browser. Connect to our data center, and we are providing you server hardware, server operating system, storage, firewall, router, whatever is needed to run an application. We will provide everything. You just run your application. And no need to worry about the server hardware. No need to worry about the backup. No need to worry about the connections. No need to worry about the troubleshooting. No need to worry about your, cooling system and all those things. We will take care of each and everything. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, these companies are saying, we will take care of each and everything. You just connect to us and run your application. See, my friend, this is such a big relief actually for companies. It is obviously a very big relief. Companies are not worried about the physical infrastructure. No, companies are only taking care of their application. So what they do, they just connect to the data center, which is running somewhere in some location, and they are running their application there. That's it. What you see here is your data center. Let me just show you some data center here. This one, for example, these 2 white blocks, what you see are the data centers. But my friend, what can be the size of these 2 white buildings actually here? The size of this building can be maybe 5 times bigger than a football ground, or maybe 5 times bigger than a cricket ground. I'm talking about the actual football ground, not the gully cricket. the actual cricket ground or the actual football ground, this can be 5 times bigger than the actual football or cricket ground. Now just imagine what can be the size of that particular data center. This is what cloud computing is all about. I am sitting somewhere in my office in Hyderabad. I can connect to a data center which is there in Mumbai, and I can run my application there. I can run my application on a particular data center. Such a simple and such a beautiful concept is cloud computing, where we are running our data, we are running our application on some other's company data center. So what is the advantage? We are not worried about anything. We are not worried about anything. Okay, there is a question coming here. How can we trust third-party providers since we have very sensitive data? Excellent question. How we can trust them? Okay, I'll answer you in a different way. See, for example, if you go back in the year 2000, let's say 13 years before, if you ask me a question like where are the applications running, where are the web servers running and all those things, I would have said 95% web servers are running within our company. How many percent? 95% maybe. But today, 2023, if you ask me a question, where are the web servers running across the globe? Where are the applications running across the globe? So my answer will be around 90% applications are running on cloud. How many? Around 90% applications. See, if you talk about any government, like Indian government, American government, Russian government, you know what these people are doing, what these governments are doing? They have their own records, right? So most of the governments, they are using cloud to store their records. Now you name any big company, that company is using cloud to store their information, to run their application, or to keep all their information over the cloud. Means cloud is providing security, better security than on-premise. I'll take one more example so that you can understand this in a better way. For example, imagine you have 20 million rupees. Or let's say 20, I'll just talk in Indian currency, let's say 20 lakh rupees. Okay, so if you have 20 lakh rupees there, tell me what will you do? Where will you keep your money? There are two options. One is in your home. Second one is in your bank. Anyone, please? Where you will keep 20 lakh rupees? 20 lakh is not so big amount, right? But still, where will you keep this money? In your home or somewhere in a bank? Okay, I got the answer as bank. But can we fully trust a bank? No one can select bank are 100% trustable, right? Like there is no 100% guarantee. But 99.9% people, they will keep the money in bank only, right? Now, bank is something like a cloud. So bank is providing securities, right? Bank is saying we are providing securities in different ways. They have, collaboration with the governments. And if there is a fraud happening in the bank, we can simply, put a case on them. So there are many, legal things available, right? So in this same way, we are keeping our information, sensitive information on cloud. But what cloud is doing? They are providing more security compared to your on-premise data center. I repeat, cloud is providing more security compared to on-premise data center. It's more easier to hack the data within your on-premise data center compared to cloud. Got it? So every company is moving there. So there is actually more than enough for me, or I can say the countries, governments, they are moving their infrastructure, the data, the whatever they have over the cloud. So that is more than enough for me to trust and go with the cloud. So this is the concept of cloud computing, where our applications and our data will be there on some other's data center. See, there are approximately 2000 cloud providers. So what we have to do, we have to go with the best cloud provider, right? So whatever names I have written here, Amazon, Microsoft, all these names, blindly I can trust any of this company. Every company is a big MNC, my friend. Blindly I can trust anyone. But still, Amazon, Microsoft, Google are market leaders for many reasons. What are the reasons? I'll come to that in coming sessions. But as of now, these are the market leaders. Okay, this is what the cloud computing is all about. Running our applications and running our data over a data center which is managed by some other company. I'll show you one definition here. What it says here, see, this is the definition I have taken from the Amazon documents. This says cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. IT resources means server hardware, server operating system, storage, firewall, all this comes under IT resources. So delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. This is the other advantage. Remember, we have discussed the pricing and we said around 10 crore rupees a company have to spend. But here, my friend, you're not spending even 1 rupee on day one. Everything is spent by Amazon people. They have their own infrastructure there. So what we do there, we just connect to them and we just, run our applications. And whatever we are using, that much we are paying. It is something like your electricity bill. How much will you get electricity bill every month? Will it be same? No. 1 month you may get 500 rupees. Another month you may get 1700 rupees, right? It depends on your consumption. How much you are using, that much bill you are getting there. Here also same. And see what it says here. Clearly this is instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers. Very simple statement. What it says, instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology such as services, such as computing power, storage and database on as needed basis from a cloud provider. Computing power means your server. Storage means your storage. Okay. So we can take as needed from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Services. How much you need? Do you need 2 TB hard disk? Take it. 20 TB hard disk? Take it. 200 TB hard disk? 2000 TB hard disk? Take it. But if you're taking 2 TB, you're paying some amount. If you're taking 2000 TB, obviously you need to spend more amount, right? But cloud is providing everything. So this is what Amazon people says in their document. This is no need to take anything in your company, my friend. Just come to us. We are providing everything to you. You can simply use our infrastructure and run your services. So as of now, I can say, suppose imagine this is the data center available somewhere. Okay, it says Paris. It is available in Paris. Okay. Okay, I'll show you one thing. I'll do one thing. I'll show you practically how it is, how easy it is actually. Instead of just, discussing theoretically. I have an account in Amazon. So I'll just go and say sign in first. See, I just connected to aws.amazon.com. I'll be accessing my account here. In next 2 minutes, I will run a web server for you. See, my friend, I'm sitting somewhere in my home. I only have a desktop and a laptop with me. I don't have any server machine. I don't have any server operating system. Okay, I don't have any storage or routers or switches or nothing. I don't have any data center. I don't have any infrastructure. But what I'll do here, like I said, in next 2 minutes, I will run a web application for you. I will run a web server for you. I'm not explaining anything here, my friend. Explanation will take loads and loads of time. It will take at least 3 weeks for me to explain what options I'm using here. So I'm not explaining anything. I'll just run a web server. So first thing what I did here, see, I just connected to the Mumbai data center. Amazon people have data centers in all this location. Just now we saw the Paris data center, right? In Google. So this is a Mumbai data center. So just relax and see what I'm doing here. I'll go to a service like EC2. I'll just say launch instance here. I'll say test web server. Some options will be there. It will take at least 3 weeks for me to go through this EC2 concept and VPC concept. So please excuse me for this. I'm not explaining anything as of now, my friend. I'm just selecting some options here. Each and every concept is very interesting, very well designed actually. Okay, so I'll just come down here. I'll make a web server. I have a script actually with me. So I'll just go back to the script and I'll make a very basic web server for you. This is a script. We'll see the script also in coming classes. Okay. In this web server, I'll do one thing. I'll just add all your names. I'm sure this is the correct spelling here. For Harish, Pavan, Shakeel, Ankita. Okay, let us add some names like John Cena. Can I go with Virat Kohli? And what is the date today, friends? April 30. So this is the content of our website. We have some of our names, and I just added some of the names here. We know websites will be designed in a different way, but just for lab purpose, I'm just creating like this. I'll say launch instance. Launch instance means I'm saying create my web server in a machine somewhere in Mumbai data center. What it says here, success. I think 2 minutes are not yet over, right? It is showing pending. So within like some seconds, my machine will be ready. I know what are the options available here, so I'm able to create in 2 minutes. But all these options will take more than 2 weeks actually to discuss. Now see, the web server is running here. There is an IP address here. I'll just copy this IP, public IP 52.66.212.131. I'll go to a browser. Same IP 52.66.212.131. My web server will be up and ready within some seconds now. And what is the content in my web server? This is what we have written in the web server, right? Do one thing, please. I am sending the address in the chat box. Just copy the address and put in the browser and tell me if you are able to access this web server or not. If it is a web server, everyone should access across the globe, right? Maybe someone is sitting in Delhi, someone is in, let's say, Dubai, someone is somewhere in Denmark, or maybe in Brazil, wherever you are located. You should be accessing this particular web server. You should be able to access this web server. Please confirm me in the chat box from which city you are connecting to this web server. Okay, friends, I'm still waiting for your response. I hope you have just entered the IP address that I put in the chat box. 52.66.212.131. This is a random IP address assigned by Amazon to me. Harish is joining the session from USA and he is able to access. Anyone else? Any other person? Everyone should access, but I just need to get 1 or 2 more responses here. Pawan Kumar is also from USA. Okay, fine. Okay, so see, I'm sitting in Hyderabad in India. I have created a web server in Mumbai data center. Okay, and people across the globe can access or can connect to my web server. This is what cloud is all about, my friend. Just connecting to the data center and running our application. But okay, we are not managing the physical infrastructure. We are not managing physical connections and all those things. But cloud is providing all these services to us. There is something called auto scaling here. You know what is auto scaling here? For example, imagine you have one simple example. Let's say you have 2 web servers. Okay, 2 web servers as of now, they are enough. But at any given time, traffic can increase on your web server. So if traffic is increasing, 2 web servers are not sufficient. If more people are coming, obviously 2 servers are not sufficient there. Then, in cloud, we have a concept called auto scaling. You know what auto scaling will do? Once we configure auto scaling according to the requirement, they will simply add more servers. So we said minimum 2 servers should be running. So 2 servers are running. And then we said if load is increasing on these 2 servers, then the auto scaling service in our AWS should automatically increase the number of servers to manage the load. Okay. Now suppose the load has decreased. So once the load has decreased, what it will do? It will remove the 2 extra servers. It will simply remove the 2 extra servers here. Now this server is not available now. This server is not available now. So minimum we are back to 2 servers. So it's such a beautiful concept is this. This is what the cloud is all about, my friend. What you see right now on your screen is a console from AWS. I have connected to the AWS and I am using their console and I'm running my services there. I'm directly connected with it. So how to create an account, how to connect, what to do, what services are available. All these things we need to see in great details in coming session. This is what AWS course is all about, my friend. Okay, so I hope you know what is cloud computing. Pre-requirements, we know there are whatever pre-requirements are there, we'll just cover each and everything. And coming to jobs. The third question was, what about jobs? So coming to jobs, you know, if you go and search, if you go and do some, see some surveys for last 3, 4, 5 years, in every survey or every year they will say like, okay, last year these were the jobs which were in more demand, and next year these are the jobs that can be in more demand, right? So if you see surveys in last 5, 6, 7 years, cloud computing jobs were available in any survey, whether it is online survey or offline survey. Cloud computing jobs will be available in each and every survey. So for coming to jobs, no need to worry about jobs. The only thing you should think or worry about as of now is you should worry about learning. You should concentrate, actually not worry in a way, you should concentrate more on learning process. There are plenty of jobs available across the globe. Okay, there is a huge demand for cloud administrators or cloud computing professionals. Okay, so coming to our course, Monday, that is tomorrow at 8 a.m. Indian Standard Time. We're starting the class at 8 a.m. Today it was webinar and today it was Sunday. So we started at 10 a.m. but regular classes will be there from 8 a.m. Okay. So tomorrow we will take demo number 1. 1 and 2 demos will be free actually. You can just come to these 2 demos and you can see more about cloud computing. Then you can see whether to continue with this cloud or if you have any other alternate plans and whatever. But I can say one thing here, my friend, if you've already decided to go with cloud computing, you have selected a very excellent career for yourself. Got it? You have selected a very excellent career for yourself. Okay. So this is your class timings. So total it will take approximately 45 days. Each session will be like 60 to 70 minutes and at least 5 days session will be there. And some days we can go with Saturdays also. Some weeks we can go with Saturday. And the advantage here is each and every session is recorded and the recordings will be provided to you once you finish our session. Starting 2 sessions, the starting 2 demo sessions will be there on YouTube. But after that, the other sessions will be shared with the people who have registered for this. Okay. And what else? 45 days. This is the class timings, recorded sessions. Okay, from my side, I'll share some interview questions and answers. Okay, and like I said, you at every time you have the chat box open, so you can send your questions, you can send your queries at any given time. Okay, there is a question coming. Is this course covers admin and developers role? See, most of the roles are same in administration and developers, but this course is majorly admin. Once you finish admin, you will finish most of the developer part. So basically we are covering major services like EC2, VPC, S3, IAM. Okay, then we have many other services. You can just go through the syllabus. The syllabus they will share with you, but I'm just showing the syllabus here. See, these are the things we are covering here. All the things are clearly written in more details here. Okay, so you can just go through this and you can see what services we are covering here. For example, a service like IAM, it may take only 2 classes for us to finish IAM service. But a service like EC2, this EC2 service will take more than 2 weeks. In EC2, let us say there is a concept called auto scaling. This session will take at least, this class will take at least one session. Okay. And there is something called, changing instance type, instance termination, instance connect, bootstrap. All these 4 topics may take only one session. So it depends. Okay. But still what we are covering, all the things are written in great details in the syllabus. Just go through the syllabus. You can know what exactly we are covering here. Okay, so these are the things we need to cover in our course, and this is the account actually. Okay, I'll do one thing. My web server is still running. I'll just go and terminate my web server. Okay, friends, so I'm here for at least 2 more minutes. If you have any doubts, questions, hopefully we can clear everything before we stop the session. And like I said, tomorrow is our first demo session where we will see more about cloud. Okay, it is at 8 a.m. India Standard Time. Okay, fee is, it should not be this much actually. I'm going to say this is very less, but it is 5,000 Indian rupees. Whatever we are providing in this course from basic to the advanced part, I'm not okay with this fees, but still this is Amir paid, right? So always you have offers and all these things. So as of now, this is the fees, 5,000, only 5,000 Indian rupees, I can say. And if you have some more doubts or some more questions, you can kindly contact these numbers and share some numbers. And meanwhile, if you have any doubts, again, chat box is open. Feel free to send your. Okay, so one number is 9246212143. You can 9246. You can contact on this number. DURGASOFT people have many numbers, but this is one of the number. And the other number where you can contact them is 12427. This is the other number. So for further details, or if you need to know like the timings, and if you want to get the link for your demos and all those things, you already registered for this webinar, right? So whatever email ID you have registered there, on that email ID, they will share all the details with you. But still, in case if you want to talk to them for any reason, you can just contact them on these 2 numbers. Okay, friends. So yeah, that's it for the day. Thanks a lot for joining on Sunday. Actually, it's not a easy day to attend some classes. Sunday is a holiday for ages, right? So we are used to it. So again, thanks a lot for coming today. I hope you understood something about cloud computing, but again, to get more in-depth concepts of cloud, or to get more detailed knowledge of cloud, if you can come tomorrow and after tomorrow, that is demo number 1 and 2 at 8 a.m. India Standard Time, it will be a great advantage for you. So before I close this session, I just want to say it again. If you already decided to go with cloud computing as your career, you have selected an excellent career for yourself. Till you retire from your jobs and work and all those things, you can see yourself in cloud. It's not like after 2 or 3 years, again, we need to learn something new. Whatever you're learning after 3 years, 5 years, majorly it will be self-study actually. So that will be related to cloud only. There is no need for any person who started cloud or who started working in cloud to change his or her field from cloud to any other thing, because that many opportunities are available in cloud. Okay. So thanks a lot. Good luck for your jobs and good luck for your health. Take care of your health and hope to see you again tomorrow at 8 a.m. India Standard Time. Thanks a lot, friends. Bye.